Just like that. Good. Now let's just talk about you and your subluxations. Can we do that? Okay, so watch this. How does this happen? Well, let's just take the average lady, right? Raise your hand if you carry a purse. Come on, ladies. Carry a purse. Now, if I carry a purse, there's weight on that purse, and if I don't hold my shoulder, what? Up, it's going to what? Slide down. Anybody ever try to carry your purse on the wrong side? What happens to it? Slips. So if I carry a purse on the same side all the time, you'll develop a spine that does this, okay? Now, this part of the spine has places that it goes. In fact, this part right here goes to heart and lung, and you start getting down below that a little bit. If I create a curve right here, I'm going to put pressure on the nerves to go to breast tissue. Think that might be important, right? If I cut the nerve to an organ, what happens to it right now? Not today, but right now, it dies. If I put a little bit of pressure on an organ, now how does it die? It just dies slowly, right? Now watch this. This is how many women that you know? Yeah, most of them, right? Now let's just leave her right there. And if that's too heavy, take it off. Now let's go here. Nobody sleeps on big fluffy pillows here. Thank you for that. Right? So now watch. So she's going to lay on it. It actually is pretty comfortable, right? Right? Now watch this. Where is her head? She's like, please get me off this. But her head, where's her head? Like if she was standing up, what would she look like if she was standing? She'd look like this, right? Now if I train my head to be like this, everybody lean your head forward. Lean your head forward. Studies show right now if you lean your head forward, you put up to 40 to 60 pounds of pressure on your spinal cord stretching it. Which, by the way, what is one activity you do every day that does that? Looking at your phone. So everybody here, here's a good thing. Use the elbow rule. So you're not going to be able to use your phone unless your elbows are touching your abdomen and it's up here. Got it? Everybody got that? Write that down. $1 million check. Now this here will create head forward posture. Now watch this. She doesn't know this. Maybe this doesn't hurt at all. So it hurt. Well, it used to not hurt. You hush. I can't leave her here if it hurts. The pillow hurts. So let's get the pillow off. Okay, so let's just. I'm not going to leave you there like that. And actually, let's do this. Scoot down towards your feet a little bit. Now, we could use this. Now, if you are in the office, you know what this is. This will help hold a curve in her spine like that. Is that a little better? Don't go to sleep. So, but before her head was forward, now watch. Your spinal cord is one big thing, right? It's not like it's disconnected. You have one spinal cord here, one spinal cord here, and one spinal cord here. It's all one thing. So I push it forward here and I stretch it. It's going to affect low back, yes or no? Yes. So now if she has any postural distortions in her pelvis like this, it's going to create a short leg on one side, which is why we check leg length and those things. Now, she didn't have any back pain. She didn't have any neck pain, but she's going to walk like she's going to move around. She's going to do her thing, right? Now, if she keeps this off, this head forward like this, and then choking pressure off the nerves, the discs, and the joints, eventually what's going to happen to her low back as well? It's going to hurt, and it's going to start breaking down, right? Now, does it start that before she feels it? Yes, let's just leave that. Now, go over here to Matt. Matt works. Raise your hand if you work and you sit a lot. Come on, raise your hand. Right? So I'm going to have Matt. He's going to sit. He's not going to have horrible posture, but listen, you sit a lot. Don't tell me you don't get tired from sitting, right? So when he sits, he's going to push his low back instead of, now sit up real good and straight. Now he's got a curve in his low back. I can put my hand, a fist in his low back. But now just kind of get tired and kind of scooch down a little bit, right? Now his low back just did this. See that? Now same thing for the neck. If I do this, I stretch the nerve supply, right? Now he doesn't hurt. His back doesn't hurt at all. Maybe he's stiff if he sits too long. But what he's not thinking about, because his medical doctor didn't teach him, he went to a chiropractor, was just the guy that cracked his back and took his insurance. Nobody said anything about the nerves in his low back that go to his prostate. And women, I know you don't have a prostate, but you also have a female pelvic floor, yes or no, that goes to your bladder, that keeps your bladder strong so you don't cough or sneeze, or every time you have to cough or sneeze, you have to cross your legs. It also goes to your uterus and your ovaries, and it goes to your elimination, your colon, right? So, but guys, male function, prostate, all the rest. So he's not thinking about that. But also something, when you sit like this, it actually creates your head to go forward too, right? And if his monitor's off to the side a little bit, or if he was in an auto accident when he got hit and his head was turned a little bit, he set all this forward. And watch this. These nerves go to digestion, right? And so it goes to his stomach, goes to his esophagus. So all of a sudden, one day, he's never had really acid reflux before, but now he's got acid reflux. And what's his doctor telling him to do? Take Nexium, the purple pill. It'll help, right? So he starts taking Nexium, and it's better. So guess what? Medicine's a solution again. Praise God, medicine saves the world again. But now watch this. His head is still what? His back is still what? Her head is still what? Her pelvis is still what? Off like this. Her shoulder is still high. Now watch this. Leave that there. What happens eventually? If you cut a nerve right now, what happens to the organ? If I put a little bit of pressure on the organ, it dies slowly. But how it dies is how we medically, in this healthcare society, we diagnose your disease. If it dies with tumors, we call it. If it dies with ulcers in your colon, we call it. If it's, you see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going? And that just has a diagnosis. Are there more diagnoses that can fill most books? Yes, and there are more every single year. We get creative on how we label things.